So, I'm Dylan. I'm sat here with a new emerging band called Brassic. Let us know each of your names and what you play.
I'm Cody. I'm the front man.
Dan, guitar and backing vocals.
I'm Dylan, lead guitar.
Alfie, drums. I'm Charlie, I'm on bass.
Nice. So, like, how did you all meet? How did you become a band?
So I met Dan at college in Nottingham, because that's where the band originally started off. All the ideas for it and everything. That's where it comes from. It comes from Nottingham. And then we got to uni in September. Met the rest of the lads. Dylan, we met him a little bit later on.
Like a month on.
About a month on, something like that. Started to come jamming, got on really well. And then Alfie's been here since the start of the band.
Day one.
And so is Charlie. Rest of us met in uni, and then me and Dan met in college a couple of years ago.
Nice. So do you want to just so is there like backstory behind the name?
Yeah, so we're called Brassic because we got into a TV show called Brassic, and then we started to look at the meaning behind it, and it was just like, you know, it means skint basically. You know, it means it's got to do a lot with poverty, and I think that's something that all of us in the band can relate to.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
being British and brought up somewhere a little bit, you know, less fortunate than others. So I just wanted to give people, especially my age, a platform to, you know, express those feelings and the anger behind it, and then just sort of an outlet. So
nice. So do you want to walk us through like your songwriting like process? So what goes on in a rehearsal when you come to writing original music?
Dan?
Cody normally starts off with an idea for a song. Like, he'll have like chords, lyrics, melody, and whatever. He'll bring it in, play it, and then we kind of just mess around with like the way it's set out, like bridge, chorus. We switch it around a bit.
So like one person brings, and then the whole band changes.
Yeah, we just mess around with like the arrangement of it.
There's a lot of like jamming elements as well, I feel like, especially like when we're writing in this sort of rehearsal rooms. There's a lot of sort of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, like we'll all
experimenting.
Obviously, like we're all on our own instruments and that, so we'll like, you know, these two will like write the majority of the song and then like rearrange it a bit with each other, and then like, you know, we'll add our own little bits of like flair and that. A lot of like the working it out stage is just like you're saying, like us jamming, you know, in rehearsals and stuff, and we're just until we get it right, you know.
Nice. So how would you describe your sound? So let's say you meet someone and you have to sell them the band just straight off talking face to face. How would you describe your sound?
The best sound ever.
Yeah, just great.
Everything you want.
Just class.
All in
one. Yeah. Just sort of new. I like to keep it as original as possible, without, you know, copying or, you know, making it sound like it could have been copied or anything. I like to avoid that. So quite a new sound. Think Fontaines, think, you know, newer bands like the K's and stuff like that, and then even older stuff like Cortina's, The Coral, way back the Lars, you know, Beatles, Stone Roses, all of them.
Yeah, so like quite a rich musical history then. Yeah, that's good. So what's your favourite thing about performing live?
Oh, just the noise.
Just the noise. He lives for it.
Yeah.
Noise. And seeing everyone enjoy something that you've created, it's like a special feeling. Like,
it's
indescribable.
Thrill, man, you know,
especially the time we've put into it as well.
Yeah.
Like, seeing
it does pay off.
Yeah, come off stage and you're buzzing for hours.
Yeah,
so
it's like a high. Yeah, like, literally.
Best feeling.
Yeah.
So do you have, like, you know, because a lot of bands have like a pre-show kind of ritual thing they do. Do you have anything similar, or do you just get on, jam it out, and
well, all the lads will just, you know, have a laugh and just kind of make sure that everyone knows that, you know, we're all there at the same time. We're all going through the same thing. You know, we're going up on stage. It's, especially if it's something you're only doing for the first time, it can be quite daunting. Which is something that we had with the bassist and our lead guitarist, Charlie. What's your name again? Dylan. It's something we had. Right. You know, it was the first time playing, the first time we ever played. So, yeah, it's.
The first time I was on stage was with these lot, like performing. Yeah, like obviously you men have like had a bit of like experience in that, but you know, we all support each other. You know, we're all there for each other beforehand.
And also, herbal remedies, but we won't talk about that.
So what I wanted to ask is, becoming this new band, going into an industry that's so niche in terms of it's not always going to work out. What's your aspiration? I know it's a very general question, but what's the top goal?
Just festivals, you know, posters. It's just like all the madness that you grew up around. Like when I grew up, it was a big thing about the Arctic Monkeys, and that's what was kicking off. So it was just like, what I saw the rock and roll lifestyle and all that, and then I got to be a bit older and see the sort of behind the scenes of it and all that, and I just fell in love with that. So I feel like just a sustainable living off doing something that I enjoy doing every day, and you know, just getting to that point where maybe we're somebody's idol or favourite band, you know, even just to like the tunes is enough for us.
So obviously, being new to, well, not necessarily new, I say, but being a new band, and it's difficult to get some of the gigs that you want. Are you in contact with like the Future Sound or Dusty Pop?
Yeah. A few like MMU Indie Society stuff like that. Yeah.
So what kind of gigs are they offering?
Well, at the minute, we've got a gig coming up actually. On the
Plug it.
4th on the 4th of February. We're playing at Off the Square in Northern Quarter, and that's put on by Night Owl Management. They basically just got in touch with us recently, and you know, found us interesting. You know, the style and the sound and everything. So yeah, come down. Tickets tenner. Enjoy.
Sweet. So if you could open for any artist, past or present, it could be multiple at a festival or whatever, who would you pick?
Roses, straight away.
It's got to be on it, yeah.
Yeah, Stone Roses.
Beatles.
Stone Roses,
straight away.
Beatles, just a greats, man. Just yeah.
Nice. So, what can we expect from Brassic going forward?
More recorded music, gigs, you know, events, festivals, just anything. You know, it's all out there, and we've just got to go and get it, sort of thing. So it's just like, whatever. If you know, I don't know. Do you lads want to elaborate? Because I'm like,
no,
just like, just give it.
Like everything we can give. That's the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
It's like all the opportunities we can get, you know.
Yeah.
Like everything comes our way.
Yeah, just a huge, big, long discography is the aim. Yeah.
Nice. And another thing that I've come across is how expensive recording in a studio is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how do you think, as a band, the recording experience could be made cheaper, more accessible for uni students like yourself?
Yeah, it's not what you know, is it? It's who you know, and as long as you're keeping yourself, you know, in the loop and all that, and you know the right people, then you know you might. If it's not cheaper studio time, it's you know. Just having those people there that can help you with that sort of stuff, and even learning the skills yourself. You know, nowadays especially, it only takes a MacBook and an audio interface and some good instrumentalists. But yeah.
So obviously you've going around all these venues, and you probably hopefully have seen that like hundreds of them are closing every day because the government just don't fund it. What's your opinions on all these accessible local venues just disappearing?
Well, most recently we had it happen with not just a venue that we wanted to play at again, but also the first place we ever played as Brassic's, and you know, our local sort of thing. It was Mother Mary's, obviously, got shut down most recently. It was just a huge loss to not just the Manchester scene, but also the future Manchester scene, the people who haven't come to uni just yet, or you know, just haven't expanded to Manchester and seen what kind of grassroots scene it really has, and it's everywhere. You know, we've played at Lions Den, we've played, you know, it's shutting grassroots venues is just it's a real shame, because they just hold so much, and when it goes, it kind of like it just kind of strips the hope out of the music industry, because what is it, like 9 in the past month have been shut down, so yeah, it's not good at all. It's really sad, actually.
Anyone else have anything to add to that?
Government needs to sort it out.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
Yeah.
going to say.
Essentially.
Straight to the point. No,
Yeah,
I like it. I like it. Another thing that I wanted to ask you about was, obviously, we know the rise of AI and how AI is slowly seeping its way.
Can I
into
swear?
music. No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. And obviously, AI is leaking its way into the music industry and becoming mainstream. What are your thoughts on this generative tool just whipping up songs like it's nothing?
I feel like it's difficult, I suppose, from like, it's got its positives and it's got its negatives, obviously, but I feel like at the moment it's not at a point where it's as big of a threat as people sort of make out. I mean, I don't know.
It's going to be. Though.
It will,
yeah. It's going to develop.
It's going to develop, and obviously when it does, it's what we do to combat that. But I feel like as it develops in a bad way, it's going to help even from sort of. It's got its positives. I mean, the main one I can think of is like, obviously we were on about money earlier, and like the cost that it costs now to sort of start releasing music.
Like if you're independent.
Yeah.
so,
obviously the use of the main one that comes to my head is auto mixing. So like you can get an AI to mix your tracks now, and obviously if you've not got the money or the experience to pay for someone to mix and master your tracks for you, it is a useful tool that can bring that cost down and just in general just help with that sort of side of things.
It's just the writing part of it, which I think needs to stay human.
I feel like it just strips all sense of creativity out of music. I mean, you just have to put a prompt in, and it will sing the lyrics of an Eminem song over a jazz tune, and it's not fair. It's like, especially when there's people our age, not just our age, all around the world, all ages, trying to create music and put their intellectual thought onto paper, and there's always going to be an AI that battles that or is actually better than it, and it's not fair. It's all too perfect. I think when you listen to an AI song, it's all too perfect. It needs to be rough around the edges, and it needs to be human made.
It's when it's.
It's just like, I suppose the side of it is like, obviously you were saying like, for us to write a song, it's time that we've got to sit down, we've got to discuss, we've got to, use our brains. But you could be a 15-year-old on your phone, sat in your bedroom, you can just be like, write a song. There's no thought process behind it. It's not the same.
It lacks emotion as well.
Yeah, I think it can amplify. Yeah, what you've already got. I think if you've got talent and you've got like songwriting ability. It can, like you were saying, can be a tool for people that are struggling, that are not well off, but it can't just be like a crutch. You can't rely solely on it. That's all. Sorry, go on. What are you saying?
Doesn't matter, mate. It's fine. It's fine, bro.
I feel bad.
So you're like,
no, my bad.
You're kind of split in a way. Like
bit,
you see pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
But do you think that in the future when AI becomes more developed, that it could then take away from what these emerging bands are doing?
I'm not worried about it.
Really?
Yeah, because I think people will always seek out like that, all authentic music, like made
real
by
music.
people for people. I think like the art world, like visual art world, like obviously they sort of had that problem first with it, because when AI first started to roll out, it was just like image generation and stuff like that. But I think that's like thrived, like I look on social media and stuff, and real artists doing like really interesting stuff in that world, and I think in the music world it'll persevere. You know?
AI can only create what's been done before. So it's
Okay. One more question for you before you play a song for us. So we're talking about the big artists, your big names, your Benson Boone, your Taylor Swift, your Sabrina Carpenter. Instantly.
Hold your tongue, mate. Hold your tongue.
What's your opinion? Because obviously with like records and them oversaturating the market, like Taylor Swift who's bringing out like 4 million different record editions of her albums.
Yeah, it just completely. It just makes it feel so fake, and it makes us feel like, as artists who just have passion for. Whether it's lyrics or instruments, you've got people out there that not only are releasing music and selling records, but it's not even them writing it. I mean, it's they've got people writing for them. You know, it goes into meeting rooms, and that just all seems a bit too George Orwell for me. It's, you know, I'm not a fan, but lads,
Seems a bit phony.
Yeah.
Like, I could listen to, say, like a Sabrina Carpenter song. So I've never heard it before, and you told me it was AI. I'd believe you. Like, there's no like differentiation between it that I can like tell, at least.
Okay. Well, you got any more gigs coming up that you want to plug?
Well, you can catch us every Tuesday at Lions Den.
Mm-hmm.
So come down there. We've got some stuff coming up earlier on next year. A couple of festivals for the summer that we're not confirmed yet, but yeah.
Are we doing Gulliver's again as well?
Mm-hmm. Gulliver's on Monday.
Gulliver's Northern Quarter.
So come down.
Check the Instagram. Brassic.band.
Anything else you can find you on?
Just Brassic.band or Brassic.band or
It's the fire, to be fair.
Yeah, but we're on IG, so you know,
yeah,
nice one.
Stay in the loop.
Yeah. Nice one. So do you want to give us like a section of a tune?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
Like a verse and chorus or something like that.
Yeah, man.
So alive since I left that morning, left it all behind. And I don't think I mind being on my own and maturing for a while. I knew I should have called, but you're up close and your life's a mess. So how can I blame you when you're down on luck and he's breathing down your neck? Oh, so low, feels so good to me. Though I hold you precious to me. When will I see your eyes again? To think I will is just pretend. You think back when I was your friend. There you go.
That was fabulous. Well, thank you very much for coming in, guys.
You lads clapping your own band.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Really appreciate you. Any last words before you go?
Upper Brassic.
Yeah, Brassic, man.